What's happening here? Is it OBS? There we go. It's working. It's working. We're live. Great. Okay, cool. There you go. Cool. Okay. Sorry. I just wasn't working. Now, what I'm going to do is carry on. I'm going to do a market scan. I want to see where we are, and then tomorrow's Friday. So this week has gone by very, very quickly. And I want to just gonna make sure it's moving. It's up there. Okay, cool. Okay, good. Hi, Osman. Hello. All right, so let's do this. So, euro dollar. I'm gonna move this just so we can see what's happening. Ugh, that's not what I meant. So it's interesting, again, so far we're kind of tracking this down. I've taken this trade, so I'm in the trade. My stop loss is below the low. We'll see how it goes. So far I'm relatively happy with this. I know today it's broken the high, and it's not a bearish engulfing, but it doesn't look good, but we'll see. I still think that's a valid trade setup. Sterling, I didn't take. I just had those concerns about sterling. So sterling, I'm going to remove this, but I didn't take it. So that's it. And it looks like it would have been a bearish engulfing and a losing trade anyway. But I'm going to leave that for now. Aussie I didn't like, and Kiwi I did. So let's see where we are. So Kiwi I'm in as well. So Euro and Kiwi I'm in on those. And again, I'm just going to get rid of those to mark that. Okay, cool. So we'll see how that goes. Then we've got dollar yen keeps going. And that's fine. So all the yen pairs. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it right now. I am going to reorder these so that I do all the yen pairs together. No, you're not going to help me here. Okay, it's not going to help me here. That's great. So that comes down. Okay, well I have to do it. I'll do it another day then. I'll reorder it to have all the yen pairs together. So euro yen is starting a bit of a retracement. That looks good, but not today. Pound yen. This was a setup that did trigger, so but I didn't trade it. I'm not trading the yen pairs for now. But that one is technically in play. Then we have Aussie yen, which has produced slightly better results now. So these would qualify to my mind as potential setups. Kiwi yen is in play. That looks good. So Kiwi yen, or again, Kiwi dollar, Kiwi yen, they seem just a little bit calmer. CAD yen, that was a really nice setup. So I've taken that one. So I'm in CAD yen. That looks good. I like that one. I am a little bit worried about this resistance here, so I'm going to mark it. A little bit concerned about that, but let's see how this goes. And Swiss yen is fine, but there's no real pullback. But Euro yen and Swiss yen are doing some pullbacks here. So one day, when I have the time, I'm going to talk about getting better entries. But here's a very quick rundown of getting a better entry. You'll notice that candles always tend to overlap. So candles will tend to overlap. And it's the overlap. What happens is on the daily, it means that during the time frame, during the day, when this candle will close, this one will open. The market on the lower time frames, on the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, will go down to this level here and then go up. And so usually you can find an entry point lower in, which means you can get in over here. You get a nice little entry potentially at that level, and stop loss below the low. So there are ways, as you get more experience, there are ways to get a tighter entry. You might not get the entry, but most of the time you'll get a shot at it, and then you'll get a slightly closer. Your stop loss will stay where it is, but you'll turn it from a 3-to-1 or maybe a 2-to-1 into a 4-to-1 or 5-to-1. So it's a very cool kind of thing to do once you've got the hang of stuff. Because that's the thing is it's not that different from martial arts. You want to start with really basic moves that become muscle memory, and then you can start adding more complex moves, because otherwise you're just never going to remember all the different things. Okay, so I really like that. Swiss yen is doing its thing. Okay, so that is pretty much it in terms of currency pairs for now. Let's go ahead and have a look at the other. Hi George, how you doing? Hi, Richard. Good to have you joining me. Good, good, good. Yeah, so we just had a quick look with euro dollar, for example. I'm still relatively okay with the setup at the moment. There is some resistance here, but this should still take off. Ultimately, it's so far it's behaved pretty much according to plan. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Sterling I didn't like. I was saying Kiwi. I took euro dollar. I took Kiwi dollar. And I took one of the other ones. One of the other yen pairs I was quite happy with. Now let's have a look at gold. So gold has pulled back, and there's a very nice bullish candle. So I'm just going to get rid of that and get rid of this and get rid of, oh, this was because there was a possible head and shoulders. And so this was a measurement from the top of the head down to the neckline, and then from where you break through it. So I just want to remove that. I want to clean up my chart a little bit here. So this could be a potential. I still, again, when you look at it from a weekly perspective, it makes sense to me to come back and tap 1940. So I have a question mark. As my brother-in-law would say, I have a query. That's just his language. I have a query about this. I'm curious to see if we're going to pull down a little bit low or if we're going to turn from here. But this could be it. This could be the turning point. Downtrend on the daily, by the way. So as soon as you get a downtrend on the daily, when you've had an uptrend, as soon as you shift, that's actually a weekly retracement. So there we go. You can see this is now a weekly retracement back into this area. But it's still a valid area according to this. Okay. According to this, it's tapped the highs over here. So it still counts. All right. Silver also had a good day today. So today silver's looking a little bit more bullish. The weekly just doesn't look great. This is a little bit of a range. It looks like it wants to break out, but still. So gold could be finding a bit of a base. Let's have a look at crude oils, Brent crude. Brent crude is in a downtrend, trying to do a bit of a retracement. So possibly to come back up. Just keeping an eye on that level on the monthly. There isn't really anything to trade right now. So you could day trade it, possibly day trade it up if you think it's going to go up. But otherwise, you're just stuck waiting for it to decide what to do. It's in a downtrend on the daily, waiting to see what happens. All right, on to the global indices. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to mark this. This is clearly daily resistance. Okay, actually not there. It's actually more there. Let's mark that. That is interesting to me. So we're starting a bit of a retracement now, Thursday night, which is very annoying because this week I'd like to see us go a little bit higher. I don't want to see us going lower. So let's just see how this goes. I would have preferred this week if we had started Monday and Tuesday down, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday going up. Instead, what happened was we failed to go up, and now it looks like we might close lower. So we'll see. We're going to see what happens at this level tomorrow. But there's no setup. But it is worth mentioning that that could be a double top. It looks fine, though. I don't have a problem with that. And that looks like a bit of a failure. So we could just have a shorter term. We might just have a pullback down into about here tomorrow, maybe close higher tomorrow. Let's see. The S&P, again, is also starting to stall in this area. So let's mark that as failure. So I think we're going to see the S&P come down as well, very close to this kind of area over here as well. So you can see it's battling. When you look at it there on the weekly, it starts to show up a bit. Wow, I can't speak. Some levels are revealing themselves on the fly. Jeez, don't know why I couldn't get that out. NASDAQ. Okay, so this is really hinting at a possible little bit of a retracement. Okay, coming down. That's head and shoulders. Another little thing like here. Boom, boom. I don't know. Maybe something like this. Something like that. Something like that. We'll see. Russell 2000 pulling back. That's fine. FTSE, not well. That I didn't get FTSE data real time. That's fine. DAX did really well today. This one was really good. This was the one that we spoke about this week that had a very nice pullback and a nice bullish candle, and it's on its way. And it looks good. I'm happy with that. So the DAX being bullish to me is also a good sign, supporting the US stuff. It doesn't mean the US stuff is going to just go bullish this week, but it means in general the markets aren't bearish everywhere. The ASX also up higher, but just a little bit of a failure, but it's fine. It's still a slightly higher candle within this downtrend. We'll see. How it closes tomorrow, I think, is significant. And look at that. Look at the Nikkei. The Nikkei just gapped up. Big day. So the Nikkei is also super bullish. And this was a nice double bottom. It looks nice and bullish. So I'm very happy with what I see on the Nikkei. So we're not seeing bearishness across the board. Therefore, I think the US markets are taking a bit of a hit, but I don't think they are reason to just run away from them just yet. Could I have a look at coffee and cotton? Of course I could. Of course I could. All right, so coffee looks good, nice and bullish so far. That's really a relatively decent double bottom. There's no bullish divergence there. Excuse me, but based off this, and yes, there's going to be some tough resistance in this area, should be able to make its way up. This should be able to go up towards here potentially. So coffee looking more bullish than bearish there. And cotton. Yeah, cotton's nice and bearish. I mean, as in just in terms of trend, not as thing, but look at that. Looks as though this might just keep pushing till it hits the next level. And then, you know, it's just, look, that's very steady selling. I'm wondering if that's institutional or futures, but that is just very methodical, just marching soldiers. So interesting to me. So it might just want to push down before it takes a bit of a breather, but it's now entering the overextended. Do I have full data? I do. So wait. No. So I can't see on the lower time frames to see what that's looking like, but no signs of that slowing down anytime soon. Let's have a look at crypto. So Bitcoin was looking super bullish today. Bit of a failure there. I really was expecting this to do a retracement, and it keeps wanting to go. So one of the things that I would do with this is something like that. I do something like that to see if we start breaking through that. So if we break through that, we're going to come back down. This is a bear flag. That's a bear flag, guys, meaning you can see it's a bit of a channel, slight channel to the upside. It's a bear flag, meaning that if it breaks through that, it's going to head lower. What else? Ethereum. Ethereum's had a good day. That's looking really good. So Ethereum's looking pretty positive. Maybe Bitcoin will recover and just go. But Ethereum looks nice and strong to me. Bitcoin not as strong. Anything else that anyone wants me to have a look at? It wasn't meant to be a long one today. There's not a lot to really talk about today. And then the next time we'll see how the market closes tomorrow. And we'll see how the market closes tomorrow. And then I'll do my Sunday, my weekend market analysis. And if there's other videos that you think I could do for YouTube that you would really like to watch, please let me know. But do that. What's the best way to put it? Can you put it on the community section, or email me if you want? Emailing is probably not the best, but yeah. No, man. I would say if you have to, then you would do it. Do I have texture? No, I don't even have texture. No, I would think some way if you've got a way to get in touch with me. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. If you can email it to me at Adam Peter Harris, or message me any way you do, and then I'll try and produce those videos, because I do want to start doing, in between my weekly analysis videos, I want to start producing 1 or 2 weekly YouTube videos. And I have some ideas, but you might have other things that you want, and it might just be much easier for me to do that. And it's not Pete, it's Peter. So Adam Peter Harris at gmail.com. Do that. All right, guys, what else? Shall I just run through these very quickly to see how they're coping? That one is doing fine. So Apple is on fire. That looks really good. Oh, you know what? So just talking about this, guys. ASML. This is interesting to me. Is that right? Yes, it is. So ASML produce the machines that make the chips that all the chip manufacturers use, the semiconductors. So I didn't know that. So that means that no matter who you are, whether you're NVIDIA or Apple, anyone, you ultimately buy all your machines from ASML, which I thought was really interesting. And overall, I quite like the look of them. You can see they've had some good performance here. They produced a swing now on the monthly. And I like that. It's a little bit of a double bottom here. It looks nice and bullish. So that was a stock I was looking at that I quite like. And today, I took a look at another one. What was my other one that I took a look at? It was Qualcomm. So Qualcomm is this one. and also technology stuff. Obviously, you don't want to be too overexposed on technology, but this looks good. Bullish divergence, nice little double bottom there. Seems to be at the bottom of a range within a generally good uptrend. So I would argue that once it breaks out that range, could be nice and bullish. But I thought that was interesting. So Qualcomm make the, they've got some really good CPU stuff coming down the line. That some of the things that might give, might even outperform Intel and AMD. So interesting to me, that's all. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that. Cool. It does, they all look very similar. I mean, they're all technology, so they are all very, very, very similar, yeah. Overall, I'm not disappointed so much. I just feel like the market just gets started, gets a little bit of fire, and then doesn't really follow through, which is annoying. Most of them seem good. I'm just running through them for the first time. I'm looking at the weekly. I'm looking to see if you have a green or red candle. That's all I'm doing right now, just green or red candle. BP makes sense because BP and Exxon, because that's crude oils. General Motors, it makes sense because it was very bearish. This makes sense. JP Morgan Chase makes sense. Green, they'll look good. Okay, so and MS, bottom of the range, Morgan Stanley, yeah, okay, a little bit, not too drastic. And this is looking bullish within that range, and this is the danger zone. So Nvidia is in that danger zone, but it has consolidated. And if you think about it, you could say that it's been consolidating since June. So if it does break out, that's a good almost 6 months consolidation. I'll let you guys go. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend, guys. Thanks. I was just having a quick run through these. Netflix looks okay. Amazingly, PayPal not. Spotify failing at the level, but looks okay. Spider, that's actually a bit of a surprise. I was expecting that to do a bit better. Tesla, FedEx. FedEx looks okay. What is this line here? Tesla. Ooh, interesting. Would have expected that to do better, but interesting. And Vanguard, S&P looks fine. It's just battling at that level. And then we have Walt Disney for now. And Walt Disney's boom. There we go. I hadn't seen that. That's obviously happened today. So there we go. So there's a nice little bottom, and there's Disney's taken off. Would I say that the higher time frames are more profitable? No, not necessarily. Look, your goal is to get a portion of a move. And when you go down to a lower time frame, you can multiply the R. Okay, so you can get 2R or 3R out of a 1R move, meaning, you know, if you go down to the daily, you might be able to get 5 or 6 candles or 10 candles out of it instead of on the weekly. And it's all about price really. So I think but what you do get is, so when as soon as you are thinking longer term, lower stress, you want to go higher time frame. Meaning if you're thinking more investing and you want less stress, then you'll find the weekly and daily but the weekly is certainly a great way to go. Whereas if you are looking to also generate an income, and obviously some people are in the middle. Some people are looking to generate an income now with the idea of letting kind of go of the wheel after a while, and then just calming down, and then just keeping the ball rolling with just investing, and then doing higher time frame stuff. So yeah, but yeah, because lower time frame is a little bit more volatile, you've got to be more on your toes. You do have to be more cutthroat with taking profits. And it's not the same approach. You're not just trying to let something run. So there are different kinds of things. Yeah. I would say, for me, I mean, I'm trading a mixture of different things, and I did 33+% last year, which actually I was thinking I would do better. I thought I would do more 50 to 60%, to be honest. But it is what it is, as they say. Cool, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will let you go. And yeah, I'll see you again on the weekend, but the next time I'll do this will probably be Tuesday next week. All right, guys. Thanks very much. Cheers.